Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the cast. I am Asrmatt, and today I'm bringing you Skill Difference versus Evil Geniuses, both two American teams, for the most part, facing off against each other in the ECAL post-group stage tournament. And right now, I believe this is going to be just a best of one between
10
the American
seconds
powerhouse
remaining.
and Skill Difference. And we are just getting ourselves into the ban and pick
5
stage right
seconds
now, so
remaining.
uh, to be honest, I haven't really been following competitive Dota
Reserve
too
time.
much. But I'm
Radiant
pretty sure the
will
metagame
fall.
hasn't, or well, I don't know if I should say metagame since a lot of people don't really like that word, but I'm pretty sure the very common picking and laning style that we saw a lot before, a few months back, hasn't changed too much. So not looking to see any huge surprises just yet. But getting into the bans and the picks, Evil Geniuses taking out Broodmother. Meanwhile, Skill Difference
10
taking out
seconds
the Nature's
remaining.
Prophet. And I mean, really nothing special here just yet. Brewmaster going to be
Dire
the second
team
ban out
ban.
coming out from Skill Difference. And really, it just looks like EG looking out to ban the very annoying split pushing and very strong laning presence of Broodmother. Um, and the same thing getting banned out here by Dilated Mind, who has
Radiant
taken out that
team ban.
Nature's Prophet. Both of them just so notorious for being able to sit in one lane and push it down relentlessly all the way, knocking on your tier 1, tier 2, all the way up until your Raxes, pretty much. So just getting rid of those nuisances. Meanwhile, Darkseer is going to be the second ban coming out here from Milk. And nothing too special
10
just yet. Like
seconds
I said,
remaining.
Brewmaster, to be honest,
5
I'm not really
seconds.
sure if
5
he's
seconds remaining.
first ban worthy, in my opinion, just because Brewmaster, he has a very strong
Dire
ultimate. Don't get
team
me wrong,
ban.
and it'll win you a team fight straight out or straight up. But it has a very long cooldown, close to 2 minutes,
Radiant
if not
team
over,
pick.
or just around. So
Dire
you know,
team pick.
it's very devastating, but every once in a while. Same thing with heroes like Enigma, same thing with heroes like Tidehunter, and it's a pretty much like, you know, hit or miss. Either you
Radiant
do really
team
well
pick.
with it and you're able to capitalize on that long cooldown, or you don't do so well and you're stuck in limbo for another 2 minutes without too much to do. Invoker is going to be the last ban out here in the first stage from Dilated Mind, and Milk is going to ban out Lycanthrope third here. And now for the first picks, we do have Naga Siren getting picked up first by Skill Difference, and meanwhile EG going with
10
Lashrak
seconds
as well
remaining.
as Rubik. So Rubik actually
5
making it out
seconds remaining.
into the first ban, sorry, making out of the first ban phase and getting
Reserve
picked up
time.
first here by Evil Geniuses. And Rubik is just so strong. I have seen, even though I haven't been following too much, I do know that EG like to run this Rubik with Bulba playing him at the mid solo, and it is just so good. Just because Rubik, once you get that level 6, you steal an enemy spell that is just so devastating. Hopefully, the only cases I've seen it picked up is against, I believe it was a Tidehunter, and once against an Enigma. So I mean, obviously you're gonna be shooting for the stars, trying to pick up that either that Ravage or that Black Hole, things like that. And it's just so devastating when you pretty much, especially when it comes to heroes that are kind of, picked up just for those ultimates. It's kind of like you're going up 6v5 in a team fight. So,
Venomancer.
and I mean, we do see
Dire team
Earthshaker
pick.
and Venomancer picked up
10,
next here from Skill Difference, and I mean Fisher.
Radiant
It's not a
team
very
ban.
devastating. It's not one of those devastating ultimates, but it's just such a great all-around skill. Being able to split up the team fights, huge AOE stun, obviously, with pretty good damage. Being able to block people off, whether you're ganking, if you're team fighting, being able to split up the team fight, like I said, and just causing havoc around for all 5 heroes on the enemy team. Venomancer gonna be a good anti-push hero coming out here with the Plague Wards. Obviously, you need to get some levels up on that, level 7 ideally, so you can get those level 4 Plague Wards. But, uh, you know,
10 seconds
between
remaining.
that and the fissure, they do have a pretty good shot of being able to ward off this push
Radiant
that it
team
is
ban.
developing between the Leshrac and that Diabolic Edict, as well as the Chen, which is picked up last in the first stage. Um, Most likely going to be played by Melk, of course, who is very famous for his Chen. And I mean, we're looking at a very early game oriented strategy coming out here from Evil Geniuses. Meanwhile, on Radiant, they do have the option of going into that late game with that Naga Siren going carry mode. But at the same time, at the same time, they do have the ability to actually make it to that late game phase, just because they have the plague wards, like I said, in order to
10 seconds remaining.
turtle it up. And the same thing with Earthshaker, who has that fissure
5
to kill off the
seconds
creep waves,
remaining.
as well as Echo Slam, which can really turn a team fight if they're knocking on your front door. And when I say front door,
Reserve
obviously,
time.
I mean your tier 3s as well as your Raxes. And for the bans, skill difference are going to finish theirs off with Lone Druid as well as Tinker, two
Radiant
signature heroes
team
of
pick.
Evil Geniuses. Lone Druid obviously for EG Fear, who just carries so well with that. His farm is unbelievable every game I've seen him play it. And Tinker going to be the last ban. Again, another signature ban, as Bulba is just so strong on that. Whether he's at the mid solo or in the safe lane, he's just so good. He has like
10
six
seconds
activatable
remaining.
items, and then on top of that, he has to make sure he keeps all his
Windrunner at
cooldowns,
your
and
service.
it's just flawless every time I
Dire
see it.
team pick.
I do realize I sound like I'm fanboying a little bit here, but Queen of Pain and Ancient Apparition, sorry, are going to be the last bans out here from Evil Geniuses. Queen of Pain just so strong in the early game, being incredibly mobile and having huge nuke potential, and just comboing that up with Earthshaker. Between Fissure and Stream of Pain, as well as a Sonic Wave, you can pretty much insta-give any support
10
hero earlier
seconds
on in the game. Uh, and
Radiant
getting into
team
the
pick.
picks now, Windrunner is going to be the fourth pickup here from sorry, I see ST and I think Shadow Demon. Skill difference, and Tiny is going to be the fourth pickup by Evil Geniuses. And Tiny has just been making a rise in the competitive scene ever since who was it? I believe Korok. Since Korok just came out of nowhere with his stellar play with Tiny, and same can be said with all the signature
10
heroes,
seconds
whether it's
remaining.
Queen of Pain as well as Morphling.
5
Tiny,
seconds
just
remaining.
huge burst potential though, especially if he can pick up an early Blink Dagger and or Force Staff.
Reserve
Just
time.
having that mobility, being able to get right up in the face of the enemy team, particularly those low HP ones, and nuking them down with the Avalanche Toss combo, and then transitioning into the late game phase. Obviously those two spells do start to scale off as you get
10 seconds remaining.
into the later phases of the game. But once
5
you pick up an
seconds
Agnum Scepter,
remaining.
you're able to just push a DPS so hard. I remember so clearly,
Dire team
Cold
pick.
TC, oh no, not TC, Korok, one hitting, I believe it was JO's Queen of Pain. Yep, and one of the longest games I've watched in a while was like 60, 70,
Puck.
75 minutes. I can't even remember for sure. But just gain the Deadless, gain the Agnum Scepter, and get critting for like 2400 HP. Or sorry, damage. And sorry, I have been rambling, getting very nostalgic, but Pugna is the last pick from skill difference. Meanwhile, Puck is going to be the last one here, coming out from Evil Geniuses. And, right now we do see skill difference does have a bit of a push response of their own between the Nether Blast, being able to do good damage onto the towers, and Naga Siren with those illusions. As well as Windrunner, she has the Focus Fire, but you typically don't level that up until the later stages of the game, but still does some good damage. So their push not really too potent in the early stages of the game, not as much as EG's is, especially just in comparison to the Diabolic Edict, the Chen with his creeps. And Tiny, if he does opt to rush that Aghanim Scepter, he can be a very strong pushing force by around 25 minutes into the game. But just getting ourselves into the actual game itself now. We do have Evil
Prepare for
Geniuses
battle.
starting out here on the dire side. Bulba is going to be taking that Rubik, Demon on the Puck, Fear taking the Tiny, Universe on that Leshrac, and rounding it off is Melk taking that Chen, of course. Meanwhile, on the Radiant team, Shuyan Hail is going to be on the Pugna, Not sure how I'm even supposed to pronounce this. So we have a Naga Siren. Dilated Mind on the Venomancer. WSLK taking that Earthshaker. And I feel like I'm missing someone. Yep, someone has not actually picked their hero. And that is going to be Ming Sanity, who is going to be taking the Venomancer. Yep. And it looks like everything is set, so right now it does look like Demon is going to be going now towards that off lane, as he does so thrive, being able to make the most out of a situation where he's given very minimal farm as well as EXP. Still a consistent performer despite that disadvantage he's always put in every game. Shoutouts going out here, leave that up. Bulba going at that mid lane. Like I said before, gonna try and focus on getting his level 6 as quickly as possible, stealing a very, very strong spell. Hopefully an ultimate, or sorry, hopefully an ultimate such as I was gonna say Tidehunter or Enigma, but obviously those heroes aren't in the game. But stealing a spell such as Fissure to make plays around the map with the ganks and the team fights. Or if he wants to, he can steal that Nether Blast and try and push up towers a lot faster with his Leshrac as well as Chen, as that is a very good option actually. And those two do seem kind of like the only spells you would really want to pick up if you were in Volva's case, or in Volva's shoes rather. And the on pause is coming out. Hopefully the pick is gonna go. Oh, yep. Oh, sorry. I said Venomancer, but I'm completely just flubbed on that. It's gonna be Windrunner. Sorry. Earthshaker is gonna find the Chen as well as the Leshrac up here at the Dire Jungle. Gonna take a little right click. Didn't really react to that one too quickly. Split Earth is gonna land. I don't think he's gonna go down here, but he's gonna take a lot of harass, going down to about 200 HP. So early into the game, 20 seconds before the creep spawn, and instead of going back to heal, just gonna munch on a tree. And the Trilane babysit up here at the top lane is going to be in full effect for EG Fear. And it looks like they will just be focusing on getting very fast farm on Fear. Hopefully while pushing towers as well. That does give up a bit of the lane control for Fear if they do take an early tower or two. Just because the creeps don't push back nearly as fast. But, you know, just going to be going for that early gold if Chen does decide to come out of the jungle early with a neutral creep. And hopefully just stack gold on every one of their heroes all across the map, and Fear hopefully gonna be able to farm a quick Blink Dagger or a Force Staff, or even if he wants to bypass the mobility altogether, although I don't think he should, just because he does look like he is going to be the main initiator for Evil Geniuses. If he does pick up one of those mobility items, that or Puck getting that, but Puck, as we said before, is gonna be in that off lane, going up against the dual lane of Pugna as well as Naga Siren. So going to be pretty tough for him to farm up one of those very key initiating items early on. And I'm not really too sure how these dual lane setups are going to go, as we do see Venomancer as well as Earthshaker up here at the top lane. Meanwhile, Puck getting zoned out down here at the bottom. But I mean, gonna be able to guarantee the farm of this Venomancer, of course, but is that really gonna be as much impact as they need? They're not really keeping down the Tiny, who's gonna get a lot of farm, and at the same time they don't have a lot of resources dedicated towards keeping down Puck either. So meanwhile at the mid lane, Bulbasaur on ATS in comparison to Windrunner's 4, so a bit of an outlane there, as we do see a little initiation coming out. Nice toss coming out from Fear. Is gonna toss Dilated Mind back into the Leshrac, and is the last hit gonna be there? No, it is not. And Dilated Mind gonna be able to get away. Not gonna get first blood here at the 2-minute mark. Meanwhile, Puck getting a little harass on himself as well. Nicely done there with the phase shift, just to dodge that ensnare.
Get nothing.
Meanwhile, Dilated Mind does not have a salve, so just going to be regenerating up quite slowly with the Tango. Gonna still be in that danger zone of HP for a little longer. But, nicely done by skill difference to not give up that early gold to Fear, as that early gold would really just snowball out of control for him, as he already has those boosts. Being able to pick up an earlier blink dagger, probably close to 10 minutes if he did get that first blood, would just be so devastating for the squishy heroes that they have on the Radiant. And you know, that's something I didn't really comment on. They have Pugna, who has one of the lowest strength games in the game. Windrunner, who does very well against physical attacks, obviously, thanks to that Windrunner ability. Not going to be able to get too much done against burst magic damage, but meanwhile, Dilated Mind looks like he's going to be going down for sure this time. But the first blood is going to go to Universe, and now Earthshaker going to take a fall, and double kill actually going to the Leshrac. So, you know, Fear maybe not too happy about that one, but not too bad. I'm sure Universe gonna invest that gold into some boots so he can roam around the map a little better, as well as pick up Flying Courier and whatever else he needs, maybe an early set of wards to keep the map control up. Meanwhile, down here at the bottom lane, Nagasiren is sitting on about 16 CS. Demon actually managing to pick up 5 or so just now. And the creeps are near his tower, so a bit of a loss there for the Radiant team, just because, you know, their offlane, the offlane puck is being able to pick up a lot of early farm in EXP, which is really just not what you want, considering their top lane is getting zoned out so hard. Not even level 3 just yet, gonna hit it pretty soon, and also having given up first blood, you know, just in terms of pure numbers, you know, they're losing out. They don't have the farm and EXP coming out from a jungler in that fourth lane, as EG does with that Chen, and at the same time they're losing out on their top lane while their bottom lane is not really stomping the puck as much as they would like it to. And looking at the gold difference, it is only 5 minutes into the game, but very clearly in favor of EG, who are getting pretty close to the 2k gold advantage by the 5-minute mark.
Here I am.
Meanwhile, Volba has hit that level 6 just now, and he's going to steal Power Shot. That's going to be level 3, and he has a bit of burst combination, or burst potential, sorry, in combination with that Arcane, or Fade Bolt, as well as the Power Shot. So, something to watch out for. He does have extra room to gank around now. Add into that his guaranteed disable with Telekinesis.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
And wow, wait, what? Okay, the courier is actually gonna die. And meanwhile, Boba, seeing a little low on HP and mana, is gonna fire Power Shot. Is gonna whiff though. He does have a double damage rune, so he's not too afraid of trading hits with Mingzanity here. And Mingzanity actually gonna get caught out. Nice orb coming out from Demon to give the vision to Boba, who gets the telekinesis to bring him back. And last few right clicks, kill is gonna go to Demon, much needed as he was in that off lane. So gonna keep himself up with the other heroes in the game who have had the luxury of farming EXP. Nagasiren looks like she's going to be going for that Vanguard build perhaps with that Ring of Health as well as Stout Shield, or she could be going for Battle Fury if she wants to, going for that very hardcore carry role and just looking to farm up all day every day for the Battle Fury, clearing creep waves as well as the jungle. Also gives him a lot of pushing potential between his illusions as well as Battle Fury Cleave. I'm not too sure if that's what people do. I probably wouldn't go it. Meanwhile, we do have a dive coming out here from EG Universe as well as Chen coming around the backside. Earthshaker is going to get instigated, and now Dilated Mind taking so much damage. Last right click is going to go to Milk, and they're just going to transition to push up here at the top lane. It looks like, I would assume, Demon has rotated up here as well, so they do have 4 heroes as well as 2 big creeps coming out from Chen. Glyph is going to be popped, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter too much as the wave is completely obliterated. And now it is just EG as well as the tier 1 tower up here at the top lane. All by their lonesomes, and it is going to go down. And are they going to transition to a tier 2 push? I'm not too sure just yet. Fear is glowing. Oh, that's the ice skin. I didn't believe it. I haven't played Dota in a while. I didn't believe it when I heard it, but it's got an ice skin. It's quite cool. For those of you League of Legends players out there joining us today, maybe something akin to the Glacial Malphite skin that they came out with. Oh god, I'm gonna get flamed in the chat for that one. Puck now rotating back down towards bottom lane, but the same thing with Pugna as well, so not gonna have a free lane to himself to go up against that Naga solo. Meanwhile, Bulba's staying on 34 CS right now, 22 only on this Windrunner, and things are just not looking good lane-wise. Poor skill difference. Looking at the gold per minute, you can obviously see Tiny staying very close to 400. Same with Rubik, and very even CS, or sorry, gold per minute across the board for the rest of the support heroes on the Dire team. Puck, even though he's in that offlane role, has higher CS than 4 of the heroes on the Radiant team. And then you have Chen added in, who, even though he is a secondary support, still has pretty good CS. Same thing with Leshrac, being able to pick up those early 2 kills at the beginning of the game, as well as the tier 1 tower up at top. And, you know, just in a numerical sense, EG are looking fantastic right now. Tiny picking up treads right now, so it looks like he is going to be going for a bit more right-click oriented build. Obviously, the stats are quite nice. But if he does pick up an Aghanim Sub, they're going to have a lot of extra damage there, as Demon might be getting killed off here down at the bottom lane. And yes, he is going to go down to the Naga Siren solo. Nicely done there by the Naga Siren. Maxing out that Riptide, actually, so doing a lot of damage, 220 right there. And the armor reduction doing so much more in addition to that. And now Earthshaker is going to take a fall. He is going to throw the Fissure. Oh, wow, and actually, it looks like he's going to get away safe and sound. The Tornado. Oh, God, Milk, micro that thing. And no, it is obviously quite slow, not going to be able to catch up to the Earthshaker, who is going to be able to live with just a sliver of HP. But it did warrant the response of a TP coming out from Shuyan Hale's Pugna. So it is going to be able to leave Demon alone with this Naga Siren, and in fact not going to be alone, but instead going to be calling in a TP from Fear, and it looks like they're going to go for it. Gang Dream Coil is going to go, and it looks like, wow, Naga Siren actually going to pop her ultimate and leave the 2 in the dust. Meanwhile, up here at the top lane, it did look like Shuyan Hell went down to Demon actually picking up that kill. Still holding on to that power shot, so again, like I said, level 4 Fade Bolt in conjunction with that, gonna do a lot of damage, and now the Courier is gonna go down. Bulba, just such a ninja, getting the second Courier kill of the game from or on skill difference, and that is 300 gold in the purse of every player on the Dire. That's at 1.5 towers. And sorry, I say 300, just counting in that earlier Courier kill. And now look at this, spiking below 5,000 gold difference in favor of the Radiant, or in favor of the Dire team. And now Windrunner just in so much trouble. Is she gonna go down? One last right click? No, not gonna be enough. Bulba is now into the mix. Oh, but a really nice Shackle shot is gonna latch. And wow, the power shot not gonna be able to do just enough damage. And now we do have the response coming out from the supports of skill difference, but no, nothing gonna come of this one. Bulba incredibly low on HP. Just gonna opt to throw out a power shot. Gonna just barely miss there on the Windrunner. Oh wow, and Demon coming around the side like a ninja. And wow, Windrunner not paying enough attention to get out of that one. Skill difference is frantically looking for the kill there on Puck, but just gonna TP out and be perfectly fine. Bulba asking why his power shot isn't level 4, but meanwhile Fear is going to be in a little trouble, but he's just going to turn around immediately and get a huge combo off on that Pugna, get the solo kill there, and Earthshaker not going to be able to land. Very good Fissure to block him off, and Fear actually, again, just man-moding right into the middle of this Earthshaker as well as Naga Siren combo. And can he get the last right click off just to get the kill here? He does have that level 1 in his ultimate, so he's got the base damage. And no, he's not even going to go for the right click. He's just going to go for the avalanche. And he is going to get the kill there. And now Naga Siren is going to be in a lot of trouble. Dream Coil as well as the telekinesis. Fade Bolt is going to seal the deal there on that one. Kill going to EG Bulba. And it looks like they can most definitely go for the tier 1 tower down here at the bottom lane if they so wish. And meanwhile, the mid tier 1 going to go down quite handily to Evil Geniuses. Milk and Universe, the support tandem, just doing work right now. Tree and Hail in a little bit of trouble. The telekinesis is not going to be able to get him in range for the split earth of Leshrac. Nice try there. Going for Going for a combo. If they did get that pickoff, might have been able to go for the tier 2 at mid. But no dice, as we do see Demon just pressuring down this bottom lane now. Tower is below half HP,
Radiant's bottom tower
and
is under
even though it
attack.
is pretty low, it is going to warrant a response coming out from from Naga Siren, who is going to go in on this Puck, but now Fear coming around the side, gonna miss the avalanche actually, and this Naga Siren ultimate is going. She can very well cancel that if she wants to, but no, just gonna run away. And wow, she is gonna get 4-man down here at the bottom lane. Rest in peace, Naga Siren. You are not gonna live through this one. Meanwhile, Bulba getting a solo kill here down at the mid lane on Pugna. Oh, but Earthshaker, is he gonna be able to do anything about this? No, and really nice fissure coming out here from Bulba. But the Venomous Gale is gonna force him to run towards the left, right into the hands of the Earthshaker, and he is gonna go down quite easily. But now 3 creeps here coming out from the Chen down here at the bottom lane. Looks like they want to make moves on this tier 2 tower, and they very well can. Not much the Radiant can do against this. 12-2 in favor of the Dire team. They have taken 3 towers from the Radiant, meanwhile losing none of their own, and now the toss coming out from Tiny on the Puck, gonna get Pugna in a lot of trouble here, and now Pugna, after taking that full, gonna be the segue for EG, taking this tower down here at the bottom tier 2. Meanwhile, Puck just getting sent back by his Chen. Good guy Chen, getting him back to safety. Tier 2 tower is going to go down. We're going to let the gold graph refresh and then take a look at that. Meanwhile, just looking at what the CS is looking like right now. 51 CS is the highest on the Radiant team with 51 on that Naga Siren. 59 on the Chen. Meanwhile, on the Dire team, 54 on the Rubik, as well as 68 on that Tiny. So he's just doing so well for himself. And just look at the kills. They don't even need to be that far ahead in CS, as they do have 3 kills on that Tiny, 3 on that Rubik, 4 on the Puck, who, again, I hate to milk it, but he went off lane, and just, you know, despite the limited farm and EXP he got, thanks to his lane, you know, just doing so well for himself. 4-1, sitting at 356 gold per minute. And now looking at the gold difference, 14,000, holy moly, in favor of the EG team, and that is just going to spike down even further as they do take out the Roshan here. 15 minutes into the game, going for an early Roshan. Not the earliest I've seen all day, as we did see Bottom going for a level 1 Roshan versus Dare earlier on, I believe in the defense tournament. But as another game and another discussion, as we do see Bulba, he has that invisibility rune, skulking, lurking, trying to pick up a kill. He doesn't have any spell stolen from his spell steal, but he does pick up the power shot. And actually gonna opt to just not even try it, as Windrunner is just so incredibly difficult to kill off, especially if you're by yourself. Even though he does have that Fade Bolt Fade Bolt, Telekinesis, and Power Shot combo, not gonna be able to do too much there. He did look like he was going for a gank up here at the top lane on the Earthshaker, but no dice there as well. Meanwhile, Dilating Mind getting delegated to the jungle, using those Plague Wards, level 4 now, being able to stop up the pushes as well as get some farm going for himself in the neutrals. And now Bulba, is he going to be in trouble? Power Shot and Shackle Shot are going to miss, but a Venomous Gale is going to hit. Is that going to be enough to kill Bulba here? Venomancer's ultimate is going to be popped as well. Are they going to do enough damage? Negative Earn Charge whittling away at his HP, but the Yules is going to be enough to keep Venomancer from chasing him too far. And Bulba looks like he will be perfectly fine. Meanwhile, Fear gonna get caught out of position, but actually it might be the Radiant team getting caught out of position, as they are taking so much damage. But no, Fear gonna lose the Aegis over this one. He does have the Aghanim Scepter though, so once he gets up, he is gonna be able to do a lot of right-click damage, as well as having his cooldowns back off CD. Bulba now back into the fight. Is he gonna go down to the Plague Wards? No, he's gonna be fine. Very close call coming out from him there, and now Puck gonna be able to pick up the kill on Earthshaker, solo dream coiling him there at the top lane. Meanwhile, actually, wow, Pugna going for the the big plays, trying to take out the Bulba, but Bulba just gonna throw down the Fade Bolt as well as Telekinesis as well as Power Shot combination. Gonna pick up the kill there on that one. And 16-2 in favor of the Dire team now. They did lose that Aegis there on the Tiny, but it doesn't look like it even matters. He's just gonna be perfectly content with that trade-off, as they did take out 3 heroes from the Radiant team, and now a tier 2 tower up there at the top lane. And now mid tier 2 is going to be the only tower standing outside of the Radiant team's base. And EG are just in perfect position to try and push down this tier 2 tower here at mid lane, as it does look like Universe can very well do solo. As actually the blink coming in from Demon is going to get stunned up immediately by the Fisher. Very poor timing coming out of him, and now the buyback coming out from Demon. He's going to be walking in towards that mid lane once again, wants to get back into this team fight. And are they going to be able to do anything about this here on the Radiant team? I don't think so, as the Dire are just so in control of this game. Looks like after waiting for Demon to get back into the mid lane, looks like they are just going to formulate, or sorry. I'm trying to think of a word. Nah, I guess formulate in the mid lane. I don't know. I'm flipping on my grammar today. It's like not even my Dota casting. It's just actual speaking. But sorry, getting off track now as the mid tier 2 tower does go down. And Demon actually gonna blink in, gonna get the Dream Coil going, and yep, he is gonna take out the Pugnum immediately. Last right click going to Fear on that Earthshaker, gonna take the kill there. And wow, a really nice toss walking into the base of the Radiant team and tossing Windrunner back into his own team. But now Fear taking a little nap, not gonna be able to do too much. Oh, but wow, Venomancer actually gonna take a fall to the Rubik. He fires off a power shot, nicely done by him. And just gonna TP out immediately. Nicely done. Tier 3 tower is going to go down here. It looks like, oh wow, the Earthshaker teleport as well as Echo Slam. And it is going to do a lot of damage, but not nearly enough to get anything done here. But a nice Shackle Shot actually is going to take out Universe. And it looks like one last right click. Yep, he's going to go down. Chen not going to be able to send him back in time. But Fear with the rebuttal. Toss is going to take out Windrunner right away. And now, 3 heroes in pursuit of this Naga Siren. Are they going to be able to take him down? And yes, he is going to go down. Triple kill going on the back of EG Fear, and now it's going to be a quadra. Yep, it does look like that. Ultra kill going on the back of Tiny, and Venomancer actually going to be able to get a rebuttal kill there on Demon. Now Universe taking up that tier 3 tower, has a Diabolic Edict, does not give any what's, as 4 heroes are dead on the Radiant team, and it looks like this might be GG very well. 24-5 in favor of the Dire team, and EG Fear knocking on the Raxes of skill difference. And yep, it is going to go down. Last right click going to that Fear. 355 gold, and gonna boost him right above 4,500 gold right now. Free to buy any item he wishes. But it looks like skill difference is not going to back out just yet, as we do see Windrunner gain in and gain out, very low HP. Meanwhile, Fear going to be perfectly content with taking those Raxes, and is just going to say, well, let's just get out of here. Oh, but no, Universe thinking otherwise is going to turn around on Dilated Mind. He's doing so much damage with that Pulse Nova, wow. And the toss is going to get the KS there on Venomancer. Meanwhile, Shrianail getting extremely low on that puck, and looks like he will get away with safety thanks to a nice ultimate coming out from Naga Siren, but Earthshaker not going to be so lucky, as he does get one-man Dream Cold coming out from Demon, and Windrunner getting dangerously low once again, but going to get out back to safety of his fountain. But Naga Siren, wow. You know, he's just thinking, I want to help my team. But nope, they just want to run back in and get themselves killed, and now I'm the one getting killed as well. Demon going for the kill, and Julian, he's not going to get it. Nice spaceship to get himself out of there, along with the Blink Dagger. And one of those things that just makes Puck one of the most annoying heroes in the game is just so how hard he is to kill, between the phase shift, giving you just enough time to get that Blink Dagger cooldown off, and get yourself out to safety. You just look at him, he's just messing around now. Between the phase shift as well as the Blink Dagger and now the Illusory Orb, we can see him with the ninja tactics, getting himself out of danger. He's just taunting them at this point, he doesn't even care anymore. Oh wow, the Echo Slam actually coming out from Earthshaker, really desperate to take out that Blink Dagger. And hopefully get a kill on the Demon, but no such luck, as Boba is gonna get his rune jacked by Demon. You can just imagine Demon saying right there, "Did you want that, Boba?" But as we are getting further along into this game, 22 minutes in, Rax is down at the mid lane for skill difference. We're going to take a look at the gold graph, and wow, 25,000 gold and more in favor of the Dire team. Fear picking up a plate mail, going to be going for that Assault Curious. And does he have the full thing? Yes, he does, coming out to him on the Courier. And oh man, I love the blue Courier coming out from Evil Geniuses. You know, Milk was saying, I bleed blue for EG, and so does the Courier as well. Meanwhile, Leshrac, look at this guy. He's got a point booster, an Ogre Club, and a Bloodstone. Like, that is just ridiculous. The amount of snowballing potential that their lineup had, and that EG were able to capitalize on, is just so evident. Just because, you know, you just see how many towers they took early on in the game, between Leshrac, between having Tiny, you know, being able to do damage to towers with that toss, and of course Chen being able to pick up those early neutral creeps from the jungle. You know, just so much damage coming out from them. And now Naga Siren looks like he wants to get something going down here at the top lane. Are they going to be able to get plays or make plays here on Universe, who's getting a little low on HP, gonna drop down to about half HP. Nice Shackle Shot is gonna take him out of commission for a second. Are they gonna be able to get the right clicks coming out from Naga Siren? It doesn't look like it, as Universe is actually just gonna turn around and do more damage back to them with that Pulse Nova. And now Demon into the middle of the fight, gonna get the Dream Coil off and gonna get the kill there on the Windrunner. And now Fear coming in with the Tree of Death, gonna get the kill there on Earthshaker. And now Naga Siren gonna be the last one to take the fall. And that is going to be a full team wipe coming out here from EG on skill difference. And that is going to result in the tier 3 tower as well as the Raxes up here at the top lane. And it looks like that is most definitely going to be GG for Evil Geniuses. Skill difference want to just let them finish it off. Oh, but nope. GG is going to be called out here by the Naga Siren. And I mean, finishing with just around 30,000 gold difference, I'm pretty sure Evil Genius is in complete control of the game from the get-go. And to me, to be quite honest, I have to say it was the lanes, but I will expand on that in a little while, as we do still have a little action coming out. Universe just sitting behind that wall using that Diabolic Edict and Pulse Nova and just doing so much damage to that Earthshaker. You're gonna take him out. Bad guys EG. Fountain camping, not ending the game. Hopefully diving into the fountain even. And he is gonna take the fall, but just a little playful diving coming out here from EG, and skill difference entertaining it for the time being. Last tier 4 tower does go down, and it looks like the throne is going to be taking the fall momentarily. And I will be leaving the screen, stat screen up for you all. Oh wow, a nice double shackle shot just to get a little revenge kill here on Universe as well as Demon. The Echo Slam is going to hit, but it's not going to do enough damage. And oh wow, the Echo Slam was actually stolen by Earthshaker, or stolen from Earthshaker by Rubik, and Bulba just sitting in their base saying, I can do what you can do so much better. Picking up a kill there on the Pugna, and Throne is going to go down. Here's a stat screen. Great. And yep, here you go. For those of you that tuned in a little late, didn't get to see what happened, who had the most impact, and just overall what the game was looking like, here you go. But I really do have to say, EG just capitalizing so well on their heroes, between Tiny doing damage with that toss on the towers, the creep clearing potential of Puck as well as Rubik, and I mean just the pure tower damage coming out from Chen with those neutral creeps, as well as the Diabolic Edict coming out from Leshrac. They just had so much pushing potential early on in the game, and they were able to capitalize on that, get that early gold on all of the heroes. Particularly that Tiny, who was able to farm a quick Aghanim Scepter along with those treads and just doing so much right click damage. Doesn't even need to go for that high mobility, because Puck, despite being in the off lane, able to pick up an early Blink Dagger pre 20 minutes, and you know, just setting up the team fights for his team. And you know, I gotta say, MVP has to go to Demon this game, because you know, despite the fact that he was given those limited resources in EXP as well as gold down there at the bottom lane, going up against a dual lane of Pugna as well as Naga Siren, he was able to move around the map effectively, make plays, push down towers, get the early Blink Dagger, set up team fights for his team, and you know, just allow his team to snowball out of control and take control of the game from the get-go. nicely done by him, but of course, well played by the whole EG team in general. Nice try by skill difference. Better luck next time. I'm not too sure if this knocks them out of the ECAL tournament completely, but I do hope they don't get too disheartened by this and are able to come back in fighting form in their next official match and not let this one get to their heads. But I am Asrmatt. Thank you all for joining me today in this ECAL match hosted by ECAL, and coverage brought to you by NEODota, twitch.tv/NEODota. Uh, Thank you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, please let me know why. If you did, please let me know. Please let me know why. Whether it is through here at this Twitch TV chat, or if it is on www.neodota.com, start up a topic. Let me. I will most definitely see. I see it every day, and I will most definitely respond and take into consideration any criticism you have. Again, thank you all for joining, and I really hope you enjoyed it.